But how many records are we gonna get about Drake saying, dropped out of school, your mama and dad don't know what you're doing, you're climbing a pole, I don't know where you're going. How many times have we heard this song? Like, what's up, everyone? This is Tatum. I'm back with another episode of Fuck This Review, where today, this is a good one. Today, I'm reviewing Drake's Certified Lover Boy. First off, this album's supposed to drop in January, I believe. This album is so anticipated. To me, I thought it was going to be a pinnacle album in Drake's discography and his career. But first thoughts, it's a Drake album. Like, it's a Drake album. Haven't we heard all these songs before? Not only have we heard these songs before, haven't we heard the better version of these songs already? And two, nah, fuck it. I'm going to just say that for my recap. I'm going to go through the album. I'm going to go through track by track. I'm going to try to go through each and every one of them, talk about some of the good, talk about some of the bad, and just give my overall take on the album. So let's get into it. And for those that's new to my channel, when I do these reviews, especially of artists I love, well, especially now since all these albums have like 20 plus records, I'm going to go through the records, of course. But if I just happen to just be vomiting thoughts about and feelings of the album, just bear with me, because yeah. It starts with Champagne Poetry, and the first thing I thought when I heard that was, oh shit, how did he clear that Beatles sample? That's the first thing I thought. I was like, how the fuck did he clear that Beatles sample? And I was like, oh, it's Drake, he could do anything. But you never really hear people clearing Beatles samples. So that's the first thing I thought. Then the song itself, I think it was a great record up until the beat switch. And I know Drake is known for his extended intros. Like, he is just like his thing. Like, he does it on every album, so I expect it. But with this one, after the beat switch, I felt like it was just rambling on a little bit too long. Like, sort of the same stuff being reiterated and spewed at us again. Like, the same stuff he already said in the verses, kind of. It's just, I felt like, and with most of this album, I felt like I was just like zoning out and was forgetting it was on. And that never happens to me with a Drake album. And before all Drake fans start coming at me crazy, I'm a big Drake fan. So I was forgetting, like, I was zoning out on other stuff, and that never happens when I'm listening to a Drake album. So that was the first thing about it. But the intro's cool. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, even with me not liking the latter half of it, it's a good intro. Going to Poppy's Home, I thought it was a good second track. You know, that second track on a rap album is just supposed to be the one that's like, it's always like a celebratory kind of track. I did like the Daddy's Home. I did like that shit. But again, I don't think it was anything like, oh shit, this is crazy. Like, it was Drake. Like I said in the intro, like, it's a Drake record, a very Drake record. And I just feel like I've heard this before. So, like, I think that's a Montel Jordan sample in there. I feel like we've heard that same kind of flip with the same pitch. We like the same filter, the same reverb. We heard it like in the same spot of a song already of Drake. Girls Want Girls with Lil Baby. I felt like that was I felt like he sounded just like Lil Baby, and I'm not sure if he did that verse before he sent it to Lil Baby, but if I was Lil Baby and I got sent that song and Drake's rapping like me, I feel some type of way. I'd just be like, this is weird. I'm not sure what this album is. That's such an abrupt statement. I'm not sure what this album is. I'm not sure if it's I'm not sure what he's trying to say with it. Like, I'm totally like clueless on what he's trying to say. And before you jump in the comments and like, look, stupid, it's about this. It lacks soul, bro. Like, it's just weird. And I love Drake. Okay, look at this. From track 3 to 7. From track 3 to 7, I forget Drake is on those records. I forget Drake is on his own record. And I'm not saying, like, I don't have a problem with the features. Let me just say that. I'm not one of those people that are saying, like, album too stuffed with features. If the features fits right and the feature does their job, I don't care. But Lil Baby gets Drake out of here on Girls Want Girls. In the Bible, I remember Lil Durk verse more than I remember Drake's. Even, what's the name? Javon or whatever his name is at the end. I just forget that Drake's there. Jay-Z verse is totally better than Drake. And it's not even like the best Jay-Z verse. Like, it's not even the best Jay-Z verse. He was talking to shit. I think he going that Dame Dash. That's just me. I just forget he's on that record with Jay. We get to the Travis Scott record. Now, mind you, to me, I think this is Sicko Part 2. I feel like they switched. Like, you know how Sicko, the beat switch, Drake does his thing, and then on this one, the beat switch and Travis does his thing. It's a cool record. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that these are trash records by far. You give these to any artist, and they could go, I've been losing friends and finding peace. Honestly, that sounds like a fair trade to me. Sounds beautiful. The song itself, I don't think has a shelf life of 5 months. That's a real issue for me. I love an artist, right? And you know how great an artist is, and I'm pretty sure every fan of an artist has this feeling. I hate the fact that as a fan, I see the full potential of what he could be. And I know that could be a lot to put on somebody. Like, I know what you could do. Like, I know exactly what you could do. I know how great you are. And when you do things that's just like microwavable, like Drake is the 2K and Madden of rap. Gonna sell all the units. He's gonna be the only one everybody plays, but it's the same game every year. It's the same game. It's no progression. At least in his latter albums. I'm not even gonna go as far back as, cause I love Views too. But it's like, I feel like on this album, every song sounds like an old Drake song, and it feels like he was saying, like, remember that part I did on this? I'm gonna do that. Remember that how the drum sounded on Lord Knows? I'm gonna do the same thing on this Ross record. Keep going though. I'm sorry. Tangent. Way Too Sexy. Be truthfully honest, I like that song. I know it's gonna sound crazy after all that I just said, but I do like that song. I do like it up to an extent. I like it. I feel like I love it right till after Drake verse go off, and then I'm just like, I'm tired of this song. But that's how I feel about a lot of the records on here. Next record, TSU, with the R. Kelly shit. I'm just gonna mention this really fast. That shit that 40 said is so stupid. Like, we would never work with R. Kelly, but you'll give him a writing credit. Fuck out of here. And I don't even care. Let's just keep it on music. TSU, that long ass fucking intro, and that's the thing that ticks me off about it. Like, that part is not even needed. It's not needed on that record whatsoever. And how many records? TSU is a cool record, but how many records are we gonna get about Drake saying, dropped out of school, your mama and dad don't know what you're doing, you're climbing a pole, I don't know where you're going? How many times have we heard this song? Like, and I hear people saying, like, let me just say this, and I hear people saying, like, what you want Drake to rap about, like politics and blah blah blah? No one wants that. No, we don't ask that from any other artist. What we do ask from artists is that whatever you do, progress in that. Don't put caps on them and try to say, like, well, if it's working, it's working. Why would he change it? Why would you change it? You're an artist. You're not a Big Mac. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're an artist. And the fact that we look at these artists and just be like, yeah, it is. I shouldn't be saying it's a Drake. I shouldn't be saying it's a Drake record. I shouldn't be saying that. I should be saying this is a great record. That was corny. In Too Deep sounds like a fucking the beginning of it, I listened to it in the car and in my headphones. That's the worst piece of shit I ever heard in my life. Like, the singing is terrible. I don't know what that is. Second half, it's cool. I like Future on it. Drake gives me like this Travis Scott feel on it. I love the way that song was mixed. Out of everything on this album, as far as just mixing wise, I always talk about like mixing and shit on the album. But that song was dope because at the end, it sounded like it was playing through strip club speakers. Pipe Down, dope. Dope fucking record. No Friends in the Industry, which is just crazy because he has a lot of people on this album. But great fucking record. I wonder, like, even with his last album, Scorpion, if the shit with Kanye doesn't happen, what would this album be? Like, if you take away No Friends in the Industry, 7 a.m., we really got a problem. And even some shots in the intro and the outro, we really got a problem. Like, if those records are not on here, man. Knife Talk, no. And I love 21 Savage and Project Pat, but I don't know what that was. 7 a.m., probably the best record on here. Drake can rap. Like, Drake can rap his ass off. I think that record is so fucking dope. I think him getting his side out on shit, and because it got to be tough, and I'm a fan of both, so I'm going to just say this. It has to be tough that the person that you grew up admiring and who inspired you and the person you think is the greatest, you get into all-out war with this guy. I don't know. It has to be weird. Through all the shots that he sent at Kanye through this album, and it's a lot. But I just thought it was funny because at the end on the last record, The Remorse, he shows remorse for Kanye. And it was like, I forget the line, but he says, the only villain that shows remorse when I owe you more. Soft spot for all the ones that came before I can't ignore. He said, I'm always trying to rekindle. I'm like, dude, I thought you said all that through this album. You're going to say this at the end, like, yeah, you still like a father figure, and I would still be down to rekindle this thing. It, like, man, I don't know. 7 a.m. is a great record. To go back to what I was talking about, 7 a.m. is a great record. Race My Mind, I think, is the best song on here. It's one of my favorites, probably my favorite record. The only record that I feel like I've been going back to and listening to. Fountains, no, sounds like a passion fruit, one dance controller knockoff. Get Along Better. I do appreciate it because I see it, but I don't know. I feel like saying to somebody, making a song, and the pivotal point of the song is that I get along better with your friends is weird. Like, it's so weird and petty and just immature. I don't know. It's just weird. Like, so, and that's weird on both of y'all. Fuck, cut both of y'all off. And I think Ty Dolla $ign should have got a little more time on it. You Only Live Twice, dope verses from all, for real. Rick Ross verse is cool. I'm not sure if that verse is old Ross verse. It sounds a little dated. He mentioned Rather You Than Me, and that was like 3 albums ago. Drake sending shots at Swiss Beats, I thought was, you got to catch him. You know it's coming. That's the thing I like about Drake. He's always going to let you know. It's kind of what Jay-Z used to do. But that Wayne verse, man, Wayne has just been on a tear. Again, I've been saying this I'm going to keep going until he drops a new classic album. If Wayne would just rap on these kind of beats on his own album, the joint with Cudi, I don't know. It's just something about that record that just don't feel right. Like, it just didn't feel right. There's nothing bad about it, but it just didn't feel right. Fucking Fans, trash. And then The Remorse, which I already mentioned. And that closes up the album. I don't know, man. Let me get into my best songs. Race My Mind, 7 a.m., No Friends in the Industry. Worst song, In Too Deep. That song is horrible. But I know I said I like Future part, but that beginning part, and I love the mixing, but that beginning part is just... And that Travis impression, come on, man. Best line, give you the address to your driver, make it your destination, instead of just posting out of desperation. This me reaching the deepest state of my meditation while you over there trying to impress the nation. Mine's running wild with speculations. Why the fuck we peacemaking, doing the explanations if we just gonna be right back in that bitch without hesitation. The rating I would give it, oh, Lord. Fuck's giving out of 5. I'm gonna give it a 2.5. I deserve better. We deserve better as fans. Let's wrap this shit up, though.
No friends in the industry, my brother's been...
In closing, when it comes to Drake's Certified Lover Boy, this album ain't it. And I don't need Drake to rap about politics. I don't need Drake to rap about anything social. I just need him to make better music. These sound like throwaway records that was pieced together. The records with the guest, I feel like he gets washed. And I never seen that in my life, especially on a Drake record. So it's kind of like, whoa. Everything sounds like it could have been released 10 years ago. Everything sounds like this album is full of songs that we already heard and we already heard better versions of. So like I said in the beginning, I think Drake is like the Madden in 2K of rap or just music, because we gonna keep going back, but it doesn't mean the game's improving. When we say shit, and I'm gonna just end it with this. When we say shit, and I reiterate, when we say things like, it's cool, we don't need, I know what I want this type of music, this is the type of music that I want from him, blah, blah, blah. What you're basically saying is, I know it ain't good, but it's good enough, right? You can't treat art like Big Macs. Art should never be looked at as like, it has a formula. Right? Like it should be always trying to be progressive in whatever lane that you're going in. Like, it has to progress. You destroy it. And to be like the top of the top, delivering mediocrity knowing that you're going to be successful anyway is a slap in the face to music lovers, your fans. It's a slap in the face to yourself. It's a slap in the face to your forefathers who came before you, and you probably like, damn, you going too hard. But no, it's not fair. And so disappointed. So disappointed. The fact that I only can listen to one record off a 21 record album from Drake it sucks. But let me know how you feel in the comments. Am I being too tough on the record? Are you one of those people that like, it's good music, so we should just enjoy it, blah, blah, blah? Am I tripping for want the artist to progress? And let me know your favorite 3 songs on here too. As always though, fuck this review. I'm Tatum. Peace.